I have a great story to tell you coming up next on Pastor Bob Daily. Well, yesterday was, well, the day from hell. If there are ever those kind of days, it was one of those. And it seems like nothing was working out. And, I posted on Facebook and some of my social media that I really just needed prayer. I wasn't asking for money or anything, just needed prayer for God's guidance. Because I know, folks, that where God guides, He provides. And I've been in the ministry for almost 50 years now, and there's never been enough money for it. It's just always worked out. That's the way it works. And so one of those days, yesterday, oh man. So we had immediate bills, and it's been a really tough 2 weeks. We rely on our vehicles to pick up food, to deliver food, to feed the homeless. It takes a lot to do this. And all of our vehicles have been breaking down. In the last, not even quite 3 weeks, we have sold 3 of our vehicles to scrap yards. Can't be repaired anymore. They had high miles on them. And as I speak right now, we're down to 1 vehicle. 1. And there's no way we can do it that way, just because there's so much going on. I'm thankful for 1, by the way. So it's interesting that that's kind of where we started. And yesterday we had an immediate bill that had to be paid. It was quite a bit of money, and just wasn't coming in. And in desperation, actually, my mom went to the bank and was sitting there with the bank officer, getting ready to borrow some money. And man, that's not God's guiding. I don't believe in borrowing money, and we were just desperate. And so she went and she actually did that on her own. And as she was sitting there, the money came in. I called her right away. Miracle, and she was just getting ready to look over the papers and do the whole thing with the bank officer. And so she came back home. Awesome. So a miracle, last minute miracle, kind of an Abraham and Isaac story. But then we were still left with failing vehicles and, how are we going to do this? And then someone called me and said, I'm sending you a check for $17,000. Yes, which is enough to buy some good used vehicles, and we'll get going again. Awesome. And again, where God guides, He provides. And you may have to remind me of this again in the future, because I don't seem to learn this lesson real well. I always freak out. God is always taking care of us, and I always freak out anyway. But here we are. I just wanted to share that with you because I think it's so cool how God meets our needs. Are we out of the are we out of the doghouse yet? No. We still have a lot of things that are pretty critical here and that we really need to update and then just, do a better job of serving the homeless. I asked the Lord this week, we're personally serving 3 days a week, and then we provide the food for a lot of other ministries to serve the homeless. And I asked the Lord one more time this week, what should I do? Should we cut back a little bit? And the message I kept getting was, no, I want you to serve 7 days a week. I have no idea how we're going to do that, but we're going to, because I feel like it's what God is asking us to do. And in the midst of all this, when it would make more sense to cut back, He's telling us to go forward. And I love that about God, because the Christian life continues to be an adventure. God bless you. Have a great day.